Okay, ladies and gentlemen, are you reaching some conclusions?
We put 3 points together very quickly, which we think are top priorities. Number one, get it right at home. As simple as that, get it right at home. And therefore, do your own laundry at home first. Number two, train your export experts. That will take 5 to 10 years, we realize that. And number three, get the product and the services right.
Knowledge gap between exporters and the consuming community. We take the issue of a product like wood charcoal. If the moisture content or the carbon content is high above the acceptable parameters abroad, you have a problem of rejected goods. So there's always a knowledge gap between the producers at the grassroots who are producing as usual, but not for business.
And what do you do about it?
So that knowledge gap must be bridged.
How?
The technology, we have a problem of technology. Probably if I have to shoot my moisture content of charcoal to less than 7% moisture content that's acceptable internationally, I must have the technology to reduce the moisture content.
We were talking about creating a greater impact on exports, and that might be two ways of doing it. One is by creating the right policies within the governments, or the countries, excuse me, to increase the foreign direct investment coming into the export producing sectors, and having a greater transfer of technology, more value addition to the products, and maybe substitute some supplies that we're getting from outside of the country. But the key issue there is transfer of technology. And then again, the other thing to create a greater impact is to create a policy in which, by the private sector selecting certain products that could be winners in the markets, doing the right studies, using ITC's trade maps and product maps, maybe we can focalize the policies and assist those sectors for them to grow. I was explaining here what happened with the flower sector in Ecuador, that in 12 to 14 years grew from zero to $400 million of exports, and without the assistance of the government. But if you have the assistance with the right policies, maybe you can do that in a shorter period of time.
Okay, last point.
The last point is logistics. That is a problem for all of us, and maybe trying to do a time volume contract, and only not between the parties of one country, but within countries, to attack some markets like the Chinese market, which is a big market and that cannot be supplied by only one country.
In all of the issues, in all of the roundtables that we had, the call for infrastructure development, export capacity building, product development, getting the policies right, particularly the business environment and logistics, as well as promoting public-private dialogue. Those were indeed some of the things that we heard. So
none of these are simple issues, are they?
No, absolutely not. And that's why export success is not something that you can have overnight, because it's a complex web of different actions and policies which need to actually go after success. That's why focus is important.
Pascal Lamy, any comment on what you've heard so far?
Oh, same reaction as Patricia's. That's the sort of themes which we've been hearing in the three Aid for Trade reviews that we just did, with a sort of difficult mix of right domestic policies, right frameworks, plus sectoral push. And the example of flower, I think, is a very good example. So nothing surprising, but maybe this very clear link that I just heard between foreign direct investment and technology transfer, which I think is, personally think is the right way to talk about technology transfer. There is not a topic like technology transfer somewhere in a bubble, and then foreign direct investment in another areas. Foreign direct investment is about technology transfer, and I don't see any serious technology transfer happening without foreign direct investment.